Hey everybody, so today we're going to go into your daily reading and card pull for Monday, September 17th. Before I get into that, I did have a September 14th video that got uploaded. You may not have seen it because it somehow got buried into my other videos, but it is on my channel, but it's not like the last video. So if you missed that and you want to go see that, I would check it out. It was a really good one, so yeah. Okay, so for today's reading for Monday, September 17th, what I'm feeling for you is that you're still feeling pretty good. You're still excited about the things that you want to accomplish. This is kind of a spillover from last week. Like you're still on the same forward momentum, but I think the weekend was a little bit tiring for you. And so you're feeling good overall, but you are a little bit worried that you're going to lose your oomph and your momentum and your drive to continue moving forward. Like you're still really excited about the work to come, but you're a little bit worried that you're gonna start losing some of your steam. And so part of you is like, you want to create a schedule. Like maybe you think a schedule could help you if you just planned everything out and then you just executed. But the other part of you knows that whenever you start planning things out, it kind of takes the excitement out of it. And really the way you've been thriving up until this point is going off of your inspiration that naturally comes to you. You don't really want to plan things out because it takes away the excitement. And then when you wake up the next day and look at your plan, that may not be what you feel inspired to do. And it just kind of takes away from it and would actually make you procrastinate more than anything versus actually get something done. So I don't think planning is really the way to go for you at this point in time. I think if you start having too much on your mind and you don't know how you're going to accomplish everything or how all the pieces fit on a timeline, then that's a good time to put things down in a plan that you can loosely follow and kind of gives you an idea of how everything fits together, and you can still have your moments of inspiration in there to do what feels right that day. But until that point, I really don't think you need to plan anything. I think inside you have this drive and you have this knowing of what you need to do to move forward. And so I really think you should go ahead and follow your inspiration. And that's kind of where you were hesitating, because it's like, well, I might feel inspired today, but because I kind of feel a little bit tired from the weekend, in 2 days I may feel too tired and I may not want to do anything at all, and then I just end up not really working or moving forward. And I want to say that I think it's okay to take a day off here and there, because if you're not inspired, then the energy is not in the right place for things to be accomplished in the best ways. So I think a day off here and there, if you're just not feeling inspired but you have been working the other days, I think that's fine. Like I think sometimes you need that break. Your body's telling you that you need a little bit of a break to rejuvenate yourself, re-energize yourself, so that when you get that next moment of inspiration, you can burst forth and put in a lot of energy and make that happen and be excited about what you're doing. If you feel like you're taking too many days off in between and you really are worried about losing your excitement and your drive, I would say that what you should do on those days is don't force yourself to work, at least not in the beginning. If you feel like you're losing your drive, I think that you should sit down and really think about what excites you about this thing that you want to accomplish. What's exciting you? Are you excited about the end result? And if you are, how does that feel? And imagine it and really think of it and come up with some kind of vision that you can play in your mind that makes you feel those feelings again of excitement. And if it's the work that you really enjoy, what about the work do you like? How does it feel when you do that work? Like, what is that feeling that you're enjoying as you go through the process? And again, create an image, create a feeling, and associate that together. Once you have that image and that feeling, and you have an idea of what it is what is the core of this thing that really brings you joy and makes you want to move forward and produce and be productive, then I think you should get a really small piece of candy and eat it. And it sounds kind of weird. It's a little bit like do the action and then give yourself a reward, and that creates a really good habit in your mind, like Pavlov's dog, where they would ring a bell and then they would provide food and the dog would eat it and then salivate, and then after a while they would ring the bell and the dog would salivate before the food came because it knew that food was going to be coming. So it's kind of like that, but the order is a little bit different. I'm not sure why I'm getting a different order for you, but it's what I'm getting for you. So have that vision, have that feeling, and then have a small piece of candy. And I think that will enhance the feeling of the vision and the feelings, and will bring on more feelings of excitement, so that whenever you're having a day off, or you've had a few days when you're just not inspired and you really feel like you're losing your steam, you can just on that day, because you've practiced this now, remember that image, feel those feelings, and then have that piece of candy to enhance it. And I think that that will naturally make you feel productive, and you will work on something. Even if you don't know what, even if you're not inspired, don't have an inspired idea, you will be driven to want to accomplish something in that space, and then you can refer to your plan and do something on there, and you'll be excited about it. So that's what I'm getting for you in terms of how to keep up the steam, because you have just been so productive and you feel like you're a whole new person, and you want to be this person who's productive and who accomplishes things and who moves forward. You don't want to go back to kind of working sometimes and not working other times. You like this person that you're becoming and who you are, and you love the energy of it all, and you want to keep it going for as long as possible. Actually, you want to keep it going for forever. And so this is a way to do that without having to tie you down to a plan that can kind of take out the excitement. You know, this is a way to still use your inspiration, work whenever you're feeling really good, keep the energy going, and if the energy really starts to flatline, then you can get it back with this method. So I pulled your card from the Soul Trees Oracle card deck, and the card that I got for you was Intuition. And what this card wants to share with you is that you guys are really doing really, really, really well. And there is so much more to come. You guys are growing, you're flourishing, and your interests, your energy, all the different options and directions that you can go in, they're all going to expand. And there's going to be all these new wonderful open potentials for you, and your abilities are going to expand, your talent, your skills, everything about you is really expanding and growing. And so you guys are actually really on a really good roll. And part of that process as you're growing is that sometimes you do have days when you're just not inspired at this time, because there's a lot that's happening within you and around you that hasn't fully come to the surface yet. It's just all kind of growing and reaching. And so whenever you're in those periods, it can feel uncomfortable. And I think that's why that's kind of what you're worried about, is those dead zones when nothing is really going on for you. And that's why I think the candy method and the vision method is really going to help you. And I said a small piece of candy, because it's not, you don't want to have too much and then it be something that turns into an unhealthy habit. Just a little bit, because that sugar is what activates your reward center and spills out some of the dopamine and gets you really into things. And basically you're retraining your mind to give you a good habit and to get you used to getting more and more inspiration more often, so that you can act on it and really live the life that you want to live and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish and be that productive person. So that's why it's a small piece of candy, because it's a little bit healthier. So yeah, you guys are really growing, and there's a lot of changes happening within you. You guys are doing really well. So don't worry too much about the dead zones, those days when you're really not inspired. If you have too many, then use that method and practice it before you start having too many days, so that your brain recognizes, all right, vision, emotion, candy enhances it, and then you want to go do. You want to execute. You're excited to work. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.